Hi and welcome everyone here on 2K Sports. Can't wait to get some NBA action going. This is Kevin Harlan along with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. And of course, David Aldridge is joining us tonight from the sideline. Let's check out Chicago's starting lineup. They've got Gobert, Avdia out there with George. Then it's Alexis Ajinça, and it's Eaton in at the 5. And for Milwaukee, we've got Damian Lillard. Antetokounmpo is out there with Brook Lopez. Then there's Jackson, and it's Kuzma in at the 3, the small forward. And in Chicago to start out, Gobert the pass to Eaton. Makes a fantastic move and nails the shot. Eaton's got the opening basket of the game for Chicago. Right wing. Kuzma kicks to Lillard. Six to shoot. He's off on that one. Avdia with a defensive effort. Gobert the pass to Eaton, and he jams it with authority.
Gobert can look over the top of just about any defense right there. Delivers a nice pass.
The 3. Eaton grabs the miss.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Avdia the pass to Eaton. Back to Avdia. There's 1:54 left to play in the first. And out of bounds as the Bucks gain possession. And here's Lillard. He brings it up for the Bucks. 4-point game. Fires for 3. Again the miss by Lillard.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
George with no one around. Kuzma pulls it in.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
Here's Lillard. Avdia with a defensive effort.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
And you know, guys, I love his fight and grit on the interior. I mean, he never lets a shot go uncontested.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Avdia against Lillard. Looking to end the run. Jackson kicks to Lillard. That's good. And it's Jackson with the assist that time.
So effective in the catch and shoot is Lillard. You give him an inch, and he's taking much more than that.
How about the head of steam he's able to generate right there and just gets to the rack really easy.
You really don't want to allow him to get too comfortable, but even with stifling defense, he's going to still find a way to get it in the basket.
Here's Lillard. Paul George making his last shot. Kuzma, right side, 13 feet away. And it's sent back by George.
George is versatile defensively, can guard multiple positions, and that versatility allows him to block some shots, too.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
Here's Giannis, and Giannis throws it down.
Giannis is a monster around the rim. Too easy there.
George passes to Eaton. Outside, George. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. And so it's Chicago, with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. Their shooting has been the big key. Their percentage from the field so far has been terrific. And we'll be back with you shortly. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And taking a look at Chicago's performance here, guys, what have they been doing or not doing?
Well, the offense is clicking, and they seem to have seized the momentum here early on.
Yeah, you know, I agree. No warm-up needed. They came in on fire and have already built a nice lead.
So for Chicago right now, Paul George is out there with Avdia. And it's Rudy Gobert. Then it's Alexis Ajinça. And it's Eaton in at the 5, roaming the paint. Outside Portis. Back to Lillard. Fires the 3. Rebounded by Ajinça.
Having a hand up in your face makes such a difference to a shooter.
And, you know, he's a guy who knows how to defend the three-point shot. He's not going to just give it to you. He's going to make you earn it.
Here is Lillard after Avdia made the last three-pointer. And it's Lillard missing.
Not sure why he keeps trying his luck from deep here. It's just not his night.
And Special K, as good as Damian Lillard can be throughout a game, he definitely takes it up a notch in crunch time.
Couldn't agree with you more, Kevin. He's one of those guys that certainly seems to rise to the occasion and relish in the clutch moments. And his range is in the gym-like. I mean, 30 feet away, 35 feet away, he shoots it the same as if it's a mid-range jumper.
Here's Trent. Rudy Gobert picking up that last basket. 4 on the clock. Avdia with it. Lillard picks him up. And now here's George, the fast break opportunity.
Proving right there he's a team player who wants to get his guys involved. I like seeing George make those passes.
And the Bucks decide to take their first time out here.
Trying to find some answers offensively.
Yeah, and you know, that's going to be the focus of this timeout. They need to come up with a spark to get the offense going.
And the Bucks with some changes. Prince comes in for Bobby Portis, and it's Pat Connaughton in for Trent. Milwaukee trails by 13. There's 1:38 left to play here in the second quarter. Lillard from outside. Offensive rebound. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. Roy Hibbert picks one up.
And you know what? Saved what was likely to be a dunk.
And, you know, under the circumstances, that's a good foul. You just can't let him have that throwdown.
2 shots.
No good at the stripe this time. Second misses also. Chicago leading by 13. Hill uses the glass to finish the layup. Hill's got his first 2 points of the night.
Well-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
Almost no holes in their performance tonight. They've been tremendous.
And it's sent back by Hill. To the inside. And then Hibbert with the dunk.
Well, he's not the quickest leaper. He actually doesn't leap that well at all, but Hibbert still can power his way to the rim.
Lillard with it. Picked up by Hibbert. And stolen by Hibbert. Fast break. Here comes Chicago. Here's Klingon. Nice concentration to hit the double clutch layup.
And I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen tonight. Just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively turning into easy points. And some well-needed scoring. He stops a 13-0 run by Chicago.
We'll get the pass to Hill. Good on the triple. Hill's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Talk about execution on the offensive end. They're leaving nothing on the table right now.
Yep, they're starting to stretch this lead out. Too much offense to keep pace with.
Here's Hibbert. Stojakovic against Prince. Stojakovic kicks to Hill. And he's good on the 3 ball. Hill's got 8 points.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
If it's working, keep working it. That's what I say. Keep the pressure on them.
And so it's Chicago, holding a 22-point lead as the quarter wraps up. They've been playing some inspired defense, giving up very few easy points. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. And you know, Grant Hill has been really making it happen, guys.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
Well, you know what, guys? It was all about efficient offense, not rushing things, taking your time, finding the best shot on every possession.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Damian Lillard out there with Jackson. Then it's Green. And then there's Antetokounmpo. And it's Lopez in at the center, filling out the middle. That's the five to begin the second half for Doc Rivers.
Well, you hate to give Lopez an easy one around the rim, but you don't like sending him to the line either.
And the first one at the line is good.
Two shots.
He hits both from the stripe.
And for a 7-footer, Brook Lopez is pretty versatile. You get all the defensive impact you'd expect, but he can also consistently score on all three levels.
Pass to Hibbert. Lopez with the steal. Here's Green. Jackson trying to break free. Green, no luck.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
And you know what? He's not going to give up an easy finish at the rim. I mean, that's just against his constitution.
Drills the three-pointer.
He does not lack for confidence, and he shouldn't. I mean, this guy is a dangerous scorer.
Lillard, the pass to Giannis. Count it. Giannis has got his second basket of the night.
And Antetokounmpo showing his versatility yet again. His dribble moves are virtually unguardable.
Clark, what in the world is left for Giannis to accomplish at this point?
You know, Kevin, I don't know, quite honestly. I mean, perhaps more championships or MVPs. He's really done it all. Maybe a scoring title. But whatever he does from this point on, it's only going to add to what's been a Hall of Fame career.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And you know you're going to get those buckets, guys, when you're quick to get out on the break. Get that ball up the court as fast as you can.
Timeout called, the Bucks.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
And, you know, just look at the numbers, guys. I mean, they are being taken to the woodshed in the paint.
Some changes here for the Bucks. Bobby Portis is checked in for Lopez. Kyle Kuzma comes in for Antetokounmpo. And Trent subbed in for Green. Chicago also making some changes. Alexis Ajinça has checked in for Hibbert. McGee comes in for Klingon. And Paul George is subbed in for Peja Stojakovic. Chicago leading by 23. And McGee kicks to Anunoby. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Kyle Kuzma picks one up.
You know, I love how he absorbed the foul and still had a chance to knock that one down.
Oh, boy, terrific play there. I thought even with all the contact, he still was going to get that shot to go down.
Prince is checked in for Jackson. Caruso against Lillard. It's blocked. Inside. Here's Ajinça, and that one is good. Ajinça's got his first 2 points.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Boy, the defense looks shell-shocked. I mean, they're on the ropes right now, on their heels.
Shoots. From deep, George. Pass to Caruso. This one for 3. They get it back, and McGee kicks to Caruso. From deep, George drops in the tray. George has got 10 points in the game.
You've got to be alert to where George is out on that perimeter because that jumper of his has become dangerous.
That's a 2 from Lillard, and off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him. Here's Chicago. They're on a 12-4 run right now. Anunoby outside. Another 3 for Chicago.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
Boy, it's been a 3-point barrage. They came out gunning and have not stopped.
Here's Lillard. That shot off. And so it's Chicago, leading by a full 31 points at the end of the quarter. Their defense has been terrific in this game. We come back right after this. And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. And Caruso's got the ball here for Chicago. So for Chicago right now, JaVale McGee is out there with Alexis Ajinça. And it's Alex Caruso. Then it's OG Anunoby. And it's George in at the 3. Milwaukee with the ball. Following the three-point basket by Chicago. There's the pass to Green. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. The shot by George, no good.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
Lillard against George. Nobody near Lillard. It's rebounded by Anunoby. Diversified scoring in this one for him.
I love when everyone can get involved, a full team effort.
And that one's good, George.
You know, George is unstoppable when he puts it all together like this.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
A minute 50 left in the fourth. Offensive rebound, and McGee kicks to George. Launches it from deep. Caruso, the pass to Ajinça. From deep. They get a hand on it.
And the offensive rebounding, really the story here today. Even with the big lead, they're still showing more hustle on the board.
Now Ajinça. Paul George missing from long range. The 3 ball. It's good from long range. George has got 9 points here in the second half.
So many of the plays they're running designed to create opportunities from deep.
Well, you know, that's exactly their plan here in the fourth. Work to find space behind the arc and then bury some threes.
Connaughton against Anunoby. From downtown, another 3 for Chicago. Let's look at the energy stats, how the hustle game has been going for Chicago.
Really a great job in this one, forcing the issue defensively. Great quickness and discipline combined, making ball handlers very uncomfortable.
And we also got to highlight how lackluster the opposition has been in terms of boxing out. This team is flat out bullying them on the offensive glass.
Didn't think that was going to go in.
And dialing up the 3 ball, he finally puts it in to the 14-0 run by Chicago.
Here's Caruso. Another 3 for Chicago.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
And, you know, this run shows what kind of attitude this team has. I mean, the win is there. Go get it.
3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. It's good.
And what an assured player. Anunoby believes in his ability to shoot the ball off the catch.
Lillard, the pass to Smith. Here's Baldwin, guarded by McGee, and contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. And he knocks down the first one. That one falls, so he hits both of them. There's 10 seconds left in the fourth quarter. George dishes to Ajinça. Anunoby has the open look. Offensive rebound. And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
Welcome, everyone, to NBA basketball on 2K Sports. This is Brian Anderson with Grant Hill and Stan Van Gundy. And out on the sidelines is Allie LaForce. And so here is Chicago. We've got Paul George, also Abdia out there, and it's Gobert in at the power forward. And the rebound goes to Cleveland.
Despite the miss, those are the kind of looks coaches hope to create.
Clock at 6. And it's Gobert with a rebound. And here's Gobert. He'll bring it up for Chicago. Pass to Ajinça. Here's Eaton. No one near him. And it goes straight through with a swish.
The first good move in a long chess match between these coaching staffs.
Yeah, now we get to see the counterplay. How you respond is half the battle out there.
Now here's Hunter. Good D by Gobert. Pass to Ajinça. And we played through about a minute here in the fourth. George for 3. Here's Eaton. George with it. Picked up by Allen. And the whistle blows as the basket counts. Chance at a three-point opportunity here. One free throw coming up.
And you got to give Paul George credit for his mental toughness. There's always lots of chatter out there, but he tunes it out and just focuses on his game.
Now here's Garland. Mobley outside. Outside Mitchell. He shoots it. Cleveland again missing. George scanning the floor. They get it back. It's George on the wing. Second chance shot.
Love to see that kind of activity. He just makes things happen.
And Cleveland has possession. Looking to get on the board here in the fourth still. Offensive board. And it's Allen who slams it home.
Oh, tough two from Allen. Showing his grit.
Here's George. Buries the jump shot.
This game's taken on a whole new look thanks to this run.
Yeah, but we know momentum can flip the other direction very quickly. You can't get complacent now.
Mitchell has everything, including that three-point shot.
Abdia with it. Now guarded by Mobley. Stolen by Mobley. And here they come. And he lobs it up to the rim. Up high and down it goes on the lob.
Oh, what a perfect pass to set that up.
Hey, the feed might have been pretty, but the finish, that was angry. Gobert gets the bucket.
Outstanding job converting in close. Gobert understands how to execute around the rim.
From deep, Mitchell. It's hauled in by Eaton.
They need buckets to stay in this game. That's not the shot they're looking for.
George passes to Gobert. 5 to shoot. Over Hunter. They get the rebound. Eaton. And he jams it home with authority.
And B.A., He takes his rebounding so seriously.
This dude is such a grinder. His teammates appreciate the effort. Just goes all out on the glass.
Well, he gets paid to be a factor on the glass. That's a nice dunk to finish it off.
And stolen by Mobley. Poke loose. Here's the break.
And that was a case of great anticipation skills on defense, sparking the transition game.
Well, as a coach, you're always telling your guys to play hard. That's what we mean.
Cleveland calls timeout. They're trailing by 12. And there's 1:38 left to play in the fourth quarter. And now let's take a look at the New Balance player of the game, Paul George.
He scored over 50% of his team points. So, yeah, it's obvious that he's the pick. The defense has tried to slow him down, but nothing has worked. He has just owned them tonight. This type of dominant performance is going to be talked about for a long time.
Boy, you can see the amazing relationship he's built with the hometown fans, and it motivates him to always give them his very best. Cleveland trails by 12. And here's Mitchell. The three ball. Cleveland again missing.
And he just hasn't been able to get it going this period.
Well, the offense has to look for ways to get him easier shots, better selections. You have to be set up for success.
Gotta love how they've just maintained their intensity, even when they're this far up.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, just protect the ball, make smart decisions, don't give them a chance to get back in the game.
Now here's Mobley. Allen finds Mitchell. And the foul called on Paul George. That's his first foul of the game. We're in the bonus now, and they'll go to the line. And we know Donovan Mitchell is a superb scorer. But, Grant, what do you think he's focused on at this point of his career?
Well, B.A., it's all about championships for him. This is a guy that doesn't just want to be seen as an elite player. He really wants to compete for titles, too.
Just 5 to shoot. Eaton passes to Avdia. Let's go with a 3. With 1 on the clock, and he dunks it down.
Have to take care of the defensive boards better than that.
Yeah, they need to pay attention to the details. Second chance points are backbreakers.
There's the block. And he recovers it. And they're running. And he lobs it up top. Boy, left it right in the sweet spot with the lob. Nicely done.
Leaving nothing to chance. This run shutting the door on him.
Yeah, this run has poured a bucket of water on any ember of a potential comeback. Well, look, plays like that are exactly why they find themselves in such a deep hole.
Pass to George. Three-pointer. Buries it from 3.
And it hasn't just been their stellar offense. Their defense has been effective as well.
Great example of how to build a lead and then sustain it. You win games on both ends of the floor.